Hi, everybody. Nancy Hart here, founder of Whole Heart Evolution and your life mastery consultant with our Wednesday Mindset Tune Up. And today I'd like to talk about treasure boxes. Okay, what the heck is that all about, Nance? Have you ever had a treasure chest? It could be a little box, could be, something fancy, but did you ever have one, particularly as a kid, where you had an opportunity to put in things that had meaning for you, that you could open up and kind of go back and touch and go, oh yeah, I remember that. Some of us put in rocks or flowers or notes from friends or maybe even a really good report card. Right? Well, what does this mean for you today? Today, what I'd like to do is offer you a way to to take this idea, have a new connection with it, and utilize it in a way that can help you boost your confidence when you most need it. So where did this idea come from? I had several of these when I grew up, and this is just kind of a representation of it. And I'd be able to open it up, and there were all kinds of treasures in here. There were treasures, everything from something my mom gave me. Where are you? Crazy baby pictures. Yeah, at least I have my diaper on this time. Not all of them dead, let's just say. Things from high school. For those of us who grew up in Shorewood, Wisconsin, this was the sign that you were the senior, and it's called a dink. Don't ask me why. A treasure that reminded me of that. I had my first and only ID card for college with a really bad picture on the back, but that represented a real moment, a real transit point for me. I had things in here, and this is a bit of a modification of it, but things like concerts I went to and events I worked on, stuff like that. And I had this, and I could go in and I could kind of, lots of this were from my, later high school years, but I had others when I was growing up and loved that a lot. And something real, it was something tangible to remind me of a time that was important to me. Yeah. And now, I've lived some life. I've lived in 5 different states. I've worked overseas. Let's just say a lot of things have been in and out of a whole lot of boxes. And the idea of keeping my treasure chest intact was not something that necessarily followed. I'd pull out some memorabilia and things like that just to kind of display to feel good. But, nothing deliberate, let's just say. Nothing particularly deliberate. Fast forward to this week. There were 3 things that happened that got me thinking about this concept of, what if I created something tangible again? How would that be? One of them is something I do in coaching, and I've been taught, and I do with all of my clients. And at the beginning of class, we jump into just a check-in for the week. What are you grateful for? What action step do you take, which is our accountability piece? And then what are you proud of? And it's really interesting. Sometimes people get a little sticky with the proud of thing because it's something many of us were taught that being prideful was not a good characteristic. The difference here is that being proud of, and it relates to the box, and you'll see in a minute, proud of were the things that remind us of the things that we've accomplished, and that we get to kind of lean into them because the mind wants to blind us to that sometimes, particularly when we're pursuing something new. Blind us to our accomplishments when really we have our accomplishments to lean into as support as we are taking steps forward. So we do that. So that happened in class this week. Second, I was really fortunate to receive an accolade from a teacher and coach that I respect a great deal. And it was a very tangible thing, and it was public. And incredibly grateful for that. And I found myself wanting to somehow capture that. So when I had my down moments, I could jump into that and remind myself, oh yeah, you did that well. Keep going. You're good. Even if you do a face plant, you're going to be okay. Just as a reminder, right? A little bit of inspiration. And the third piece that came up this week was an inspirational video that was created by the founder and posted to Facebook by the founder of a group called Mindvalley. And he actually was pulling out his treasure box, and he said it was 27 years old. Kind of crazy. So those ideas and that concept are the spirit that I want to present this to you in. There are all kinds of ways that we can put together, particularly these days, put together things that are meaningful to us. I mean, Lord knows there are people who still scrapbook. Oh yeah, active, active, active. You can do it hard copy, as I like to call it, or you can do it virtually. And isn't that fun? Lord knows, how many pictures did we used to print out in the old days, and we'd have albums and negatives and all this kind of crazy stuff. Now there are literally thousands of pictures on our phones. We can take them, we can archive them. They're digital, obviously they're digitized. We can archive them, we can edit, delete, and carry them with us. And if we want to, we can even create books online that we can then have printed out, right? So there actually is some sort of tangible form. All of these are really, really great tools that can support us. But what I'm offering you today, and I want you to think about today, is what does it mean if it becomes tangible for us? If the support that we're looking for, this inspiration we're looking for, becomes tangible. Here's the deal. We can see it and respond to it in one way. It gives us one level of support. But think about what happens when we actually can put our hands in, begin to use our five senses. Maybe not taste in this particular case, but we can put our five senses. We can of course see it. We can potentially read it. We can feel the paper or feel the box or feel the I don't know if there's a flower or something that was meaningful to you that someone gave you in recognition of something, the dried flower that's there. You can actually touch it. You can smell it. And maybe, who knows, maybe you found a candy that has meaning for you, something fun, something interesting that commemorates a moment in your life that brings you joy. Yeah? You can actually smell it, and almost through the smell, if there's a little bit left in the residue, the box can kind of taste it, maybe a little bit. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend putting food in there, but this is your box. So you have things that are tangible, that are supportive of you. And I would also encourage you then to consider, if you have visions, if you have dreams of something that you would love, a goal you'd like to accomplish, throw it on a piece of paper and put it in here, and I'm in the box now, put it in the box. If you find something inspirational, wag more, bark less, throw that in the box. If you have a little piece that commemorates a period of time, this reminds me of an adventure, a work adventure in China that grew me up like nobody's business. I put that in the box. There's one more. Inspirational quotes, things that you can, in a moment, yes, you can go online, yes, you can go on your computer, but you can get really tangible and five sensory with, that you can open up and put your hands in. And just remind and comfort yourself that, yes, I have accomplished things in life. I have support, I have love. And it's particularly important right now as we are re-engaging, re-emerging into society with one another. Any number of us now are coming out with, perhaps it's a new relationship, one we've come into or one we've come out of. Perhaps we have birthed a business. It may be adjunct to something else we're doing. It may be a whole new venture altogether. We may be coming out with a new body and a new place, and being willing to share that with someone can require some courage. And if we're taking these steps out, we want to have our support behind us. Have our support behind us. So what if you did something for yourself that actually was really, really, I can feel the dink, and it's been a long years, and the memories come back. I am reminded of that moment where I felt well and felt encouraged. So take this opportunity for yourself, if you will. Experiment with it. It's always an experiment. Try it on. What would it be like to fill your box with things that inspired you, that told you, hey, I know it's scary, but if there's something inspirational in here for me that reminds me that I can move forward, that I am capable, that I am knowledgeable, that I am courageous, and helps us take that step forward, what sometimes in coaching we call that green growing edge of our human becoming. Take that scary step and move forward. So find yourself a box, put things in it that inspire you, that you care about, that help you feel great. And I look forward to hearing how that works for you. I'm having fun with it, and it's feeling good. It's feeling really good. So I offer that to you today. Hopefully that will help you boost your self-confidence by engaging with aging in a tangible way with a whole new version of a treasure chest for yourself. Go out there, have fun, make merry, be bold, be brave. Let me know how it goes, and I'll talk to you later. Take care, everybody. See you next Wednesday. Bye-bye.